Welcome to video 4 of the IDC WIN 2024 Tech Day. In this video, Stacie Cadler with Conquest shares how a holistic financial plan can demonstrate the value of advice to your client, keep their focus on their goals, and lead to greater sales opportunities. Let's join in.
We're going to talk about how Conquest can help to augment your practice and really streamline what you're doing. So in keeping with the theme of the conference today and optimizing your practice and using the best of technology to provide the best of what is human and what you do for your clients every day, we're going to talk a little bit about how our technology can help you do that. We're very delighted to be the preferred vendor for Worldsource and have had great experience to date with them. I would like to give a shout out as they have been an early adopter of our software. We have a number of testimonials that have come in from clients and advisors alike in terms of how the tool has helped to promote the experience of understanding the impact of advice on their personal situation and also how the advice evolves over time. So as you know, when you give a financial plan, if you do it today, most plans are point in time driven. So if something happens in the client's life tomorrow, or rates in markets change, or they get a new job or have a child or get married, their life has changed. And so Conquest is designed to be a living plan to support your needs of your clients throughout their life journey. So just a little lay of the land if we think about the advice model and what it looks like in today's world. So I just saw the tail end of the last presentation using ChatGPT to generate marketing articles to be able to send those out as value add to your clients. It's really evolving very rapidly. I was actually on listening to a podcast last night about the impact of AI and the understanding, the adoption of it has been so hyper quick, and you don't need to any longer be really a technical expert to be able to leverage the impact that this technology can have in your, not only your business life like we're talking about today, but the day-to-day life of your personal circumstances too. So the advice model specifically, when we think about traditional financial planning, it typically was reserved for the wealthy because it's cumbersome, it's trial and error basis. The advisor had to spend a lot of time learning the technology and understanding what that technology would do if they wanted a really robust, holistic financial plan, or leveraging very simplified technology that maybe doesn't necessarily cover the entire wealth continuum or the entire spectrum of needs that your client may have. So Conquest has endeavored to pair both of those things. So use technology to enable an easier experience for both you and your clients, not sacrifice any of the robust functionality that you may require if you have a client who has corporations or advanced estate planning requirements or otherwise. Conquest is designed to scale. And so what you're looking at here is the evolution of digital enablement and this hybrid advice model where machines and people are working together to have the best possible outcome. The reason we've designed this, if you don't know a little bit about our history, I won't go much into it today because we just don't have time, but the number of time it takes to create a financial plan has historically been the gatekeeper for people around the globe getting access to advice. So this statistic, 90%, is actually out of the UK market. In Canada, it's closer to 70 to 80% of people don't have access to a financial plan, depending on what report that you look at. But our goal at Conquest is to make the planning process so easy that every single one of your clients can get into a financial plan and have a plan that guides them throughout their entire life journey. Some specific returns on that we've gotten from clients using our software. Massive increases in numbers of plan created because, again, if you look at that last slide, it does not take 10 hours in Conquest to create a financial plan. In fact, I made one the other day in under 5 minutes. We have, with some basic integration, you can pull in that demographic and account information, but even typing in information without integration is very efficient and intuitive. So it enables more time for the plan to be created. And we're going to talk a little bit about Sam, our strategic advice manager, today. today. I'll show you how SAM is that artificial intelligence built into the platform to help do that heavy lifting and all the cumbersome mathematical equations that go into creating an accurate and robust financial plan. But really for you on the call today, I wanted to focus in on the increase in wealth sales that are coming in as a result of having a plan at Conquest. And that is because clients are very easily seeing the impact of advice on the wealth assets that exist in the situation that the client has. We're also seeing massive increases in annual insurance premiums being driven by advisors that are adopting our software. So let's jump into it. And before we do the demo, I thought it would be nice to share a few testimonials. So you don't have to just take my word for it. You can listen to a couple minutes here of testimonials from some of our customers.
So Conquest has improved our team in a variety of ways. I think foremost, there's the corporate module, there's the insurance feature, the what if scenarios. All of these really seamlessly integrate into our planning deliverables and allow us to really compare and contrast, providing a really, really great deliverable for our clients. Something that's seemingly small, but for our team cost a lot of time was formatting. Our previous software required a lot of manual work, and with Conquest, they introduced a custom section, and that allows us to work within the software, pretty much eliminating the need for any manual formatting at the end. So again, we can just really focus in on our expertise, which is the complex and sophisticated planning needs for our clients. I think lastly, there's the ability for our team to share. So sharing plans with amongst our advanced wealth planning group, it allows us to look at each other's work, any strategies, peer reviews. That process has been so seamless for our team.
Probably the biggest thing is the time savings. So advisors listening to this will understand what it's like to have to build a plan and then copy it. Generally speaking, with a lot of tools, having to copy it and then test variable by variable to see what the impact of every single change is. And because of a lot of the automations built into Conquest, a lot of that's done simultaneously, and in many cases, depending on how you want to interact with Conquest, it can be done for you as well. So just testing all of the ideas that we as advisors have that usually takes hours and multiple iterations of plans, doing that in a couple of clicks it's been such a time saver. So it used to take me, 10 to 12 hours to build a plan, test, come out with a final copy. And like I just did one yesterday for a fairly complex case, and from data entry to completion was probably 60 minutes. So it's just an unbelievable time saver.
So Conquest has certainly added the ability for us to have a really comprehensive planning discussion with clients in real time. And that means that the planning discussion is interactive. It's certainly less stilted. It is less of a step-by-step process and much more recursive. And so that conversation is very helpful for the clients because they see things at work. And it's also helpful for really digging into and getting a comprehensive data set from the client, i.e. understanding goals and objectives, understanding rationale and reasons behind why some of the facts and figures that they've delivered are important to them, how they're going to fit into their lives, and so on. So that's really how it's enhanced that.
All right, okay, great. So let's jump into it and review the planning application. So we only have 15 minutes here today, so I'm going to hone in on a few key differentiators. If you're not a user of the platform today, and if you are a user, hopefully you'll see a few little things that'll maybe have you try something new or more efficient as you go through the tool. So I am sharing our classic case. If you've seen any of our demos in the past, we use Bill and Susan Adams. They are a mass market client. They are a mass affluent client. They have 2 children. We've already entered the client data into the platform. If you see some of our old demos that still reside on YouTube, you'll notice a few different updates in the look and feel feel. And the updates in how we set up our software are based on your feedback as users. So you just got a sample of a few testimonials from a couple users of our platform. But inside our platform, we take feedback all the time, and we triage that feedback and we put it out into our roadmap to make continual enhancements to the tool. And this is really important when you're looking at partnering with a planning software, because as we've all experienced, technology becomes outdated very, very quickly. And if you're going to choose a planning software that you want to embed into your practice, you want to make sure that that software is going to be something that's viable for many years into the future. And so Conquest, at Conquest Planning, we do monthly releases with feature enhancements and new features on a regular basis. And that's what's enabled us to get to the market state that we're at today. When I started 3.5 years ago, as Sash mentioned, we were brand new in market. We didn't have near the robust data set that we capture today. We are the leading functional provider of planning software now today in Canada, but it did take us a couple of years to get like corporations out the door. We're now the only planning software that covers client, personal situations, corporate situations, family trust, and advanced estate planning all under one umbrella. So no matter what situation you run into with your clients, the software will scale to accommodate that, but you don't have to manually do the entries and try and figure out what works. Sam, our strategic advice manager, is going to help you with that. So that's how we update the tool. In terms of getting into planning, which we're going to pretty much just go right into, we're gonna go to the planning page here. And if you haven't seen any demos, I'll just set this up really quickly. We have our retirement goal. So the clients right now, these are speedometer style indicators. The 81% means that they've set a retirement objective that they have not yet hit. Financial well-being is a measurement of how well this client is doing, and it is related to the Insights tab on the right-hand side of the screen here. Insights are for you as an advisor to guide you on the health of how your client's plan is doing, and it takes into account things like debt service ratio, total income going towards investments, how well insured the client is. Have you talked to them about critical illness or disability or other types of insurance that are going to be important to their individual circumstances? So that's financial well-being. They also have an education goal. So they have their 2 kids that are going to school, and they have a trip to Greece that they would like to go on. Legacy is net estate at end of life and is going to be updated and dynamic. Everything is holistic in this platform. So it's built on a modern tech stack that will update as you put information into the tool. Now, in terms of usability, we have done what's called in-application guidance. So we have overlaid kind of like a walk me style layer to help you as a user learn this tool very quickly. So anytime you see these question mark buttons, you can click on them anytime to get more information. But let's jump in and start to go see some planning. So we do have a variety of modes in our planning tool. Sometimes we solve the whole plan using the automated mode, which we can do using our auto plan with Sam. That will take into account who this client is, what they have available for investments, assets, income, etc., what their goals are, and then it layers in their personal planning preferences to look at what they would like to do. And Sam, the strategic advice manager, will serve up these strategies that you see on the left-hand side here. Now, strategies are just the way that we approach solving a financial plan, so such as implementing the recommended asset allocation. And you'll notice in this case, we have our key performance indicators at the top here. Now, these are customizable by you as the advisor, so you can set whatever you like to see here. But when we implemented the new portfolio, which is returning 4.72%, you can see we had a 21% impact to the plan, because previously our rate of return was like a cash rate of return here at 2.2%. So by applying the strategy, what just happened was our available investments tab just updated automatically to show the new recommended plan and the old plan. This analysis window is drillable and dynamic, so you can click on it anytime to audit the piece of the plan that you're looking at. So it's very usable and friendly. Your KPIs are updated automatically, but what's most important is Sam just re-ranked and reprioritized all of the strategies on the left-hand side of the screen here. And the reason that's important is because the amount of calculation calculations that are going into this to see what's possible for Bill and Sue is very robust. In fact, what it just did was, once we implemented the portfolio and we are going to save for some more for retirement because the clients told us they had some money, it's smart enough to know where that money is going and then creates new strategies and new opportunities. So the reason the title of this presentation today is "If you build it, they will come," is we are equipping you with Sam, the Strategic Advice Manager, so that you can build the shell of a plan and continually use Sam to look for opportunities of great conversations you can have with their clients. And if you think about the type of conversations you have with your clients, the ones that are most impactful are the ones where they feel personal benefit to them. So showing them the benefit. And as we're going through planning, I'm going to just switch to show you the client portal. Your clients can be in their computer. Imagine I just jumped into your client's home office. This is their portal that they can be logged into, looking simultaneously as you're applying strategies to the plan. They will be seeing this progress being made to the plan and updated as you go throughout that experience. So just jumping back over then to the advisor portal. You can see there when we're in the planning tab how easy it is to come up with different ideas to improve your client's recommended strategies to solve their plan. You can talk about adjusting CPP. You can save the tax refund that was new. You can talk about this mortgage that is coming up for renewal, that's going to be paid off prior to retirement, and capture that cash flow and put it into their financial plan. And all the way, their insights on how the plan is doing continues to improve, improving their financial well-being and solving the goals. We can easily solve the education goal by allocating towards the goal. And what's interesting here is that the holistic goal solve, you'll have noticed retirement was at 112%, but now it's at 108% because we took money to give to the kids to go to school. You didn't have to go manually, take it out of retirement, reallocate it towards education. Our engine did that for you automatically. So it's easy to apply different strategies and then go with something that your client likes the recommendation for. Let's solve trip to Greece, just so it's complete here before we go into the summary and the outcomes of this plan. And again, the legacy was now updated. It reduced by $28,000 because we took that trip to Greece, and the time value of money adds up over time. So your clients can not only see that they can achieve their goal today, but also what the long-term impact of that financial decision is going to be in their lives. That was the accumulation phase. We're setting the goals. Now these goals will change as your client's life evolves, and you can easily go in and update it. They can update it in the client portal, but you can also do full decumulation planning with it in our engine as well. And we use that typically in our legacy widget, where we look at retirement paycheck and we take the same strategic approach to solving this plan to optimize things like managing taxes in retirement or adjusting the CPP date to accommodate what this particular client needs. Now, I would be remiss if I did not talk to you about insurance and how we handle insurance. There's a number of ways that we handle insurance in the tool. We can upload CSV illustrations from any carrier that you're using if you want to showcase a whole life policy or universal life policy, an IFA strategy, an IRP strategy. If you're doing any estate planning with insurance, our software handles all of that. We have a conversion tool in there so that you can manage with any carrier that you're choosing to use for that client, because not all carriers' outputs are the same. And then you can model the impact of applying that policy to the client's plan and what it looks like. But for today, because we're short on time, I'll just show you, maybe our insurance calculator. You can also do insurance analysis. So we've built in what if scenarios for you, whether it's life insurance, so you can show the client very quickly what happens if Bill passed away sooner, what happens if Susan passed away sooner, what happens if you both do, and the same for disability and the same for critical illness. So you can have a visual representation that is directly pointed to your client and helps them see visually the impact of these things or potential risks in their life. We also have basic insurance calculators that will come up. This is a basic T10 income replacement coverage that we've got the actuarial tables built into the tool. You can apply these to the plan just to satisfy the short-term insurance need, or you can input your own into the plan should you wish to do so. So We've now applied that to the plan, and we're going to go over and look at our stress testing of the plan. There's two ways we can stress test. We're not going to go through volatility, but that's like your Monte Carlo, but better. We use real historical analysis. But I did want to just touch on the achievement of what if scenarios. This is a big feature. If you're not using it today with your clients, we get a lot of positive feedback that advisors love this tool. And it is really a tool for you to showcase potential scenarios that might be preventing your clients from moving forward with your plan recommendations. So what if the market crashes? What if I get disappointing rates of return and so forth? What if inflation is higher or you live longer? Again, another opportunity to showcase insurance in this piece of the application as a solution. We also have just recently released this randomized Monte Carlo trial. So rather than just starting at a certain point in time for volatility, being able to add more stochastic stress testing against the plan, again, based on user feedback like yourselves and requests that we get from our users. So just quickly to show you how this works with the market crash. Really, this is a sleep at night factor for you to help your clients know that they're going to be okay. And it's a way to show and simulate, what if the market crashes? Okay, Bill and Sue, we can do proactive strategies or we can do reactive strategies. We could, maybe Bill could work part-time if the market crashes by the inputs that we've put here. And what would that look like? And Bill, would you be comfortable with that? Okay, great. You can sleep at night. Let's move on with the plan. Then if this event happens, we can go and rely on the fact that we've at least had some conversation around it. And then the other thing we have in the what if scenario is these proactive strategies. So these are with a light bulb, reactive with a lightning bolt. And the proactive strategies are like, hey, if you're really worried about it, what if we start putting away an additional $250 a month starting May of 3 years from now? And you can build out all the nuances around that you want to see. So we have applied a number of strategies now. We've applied strategies under retirement. We've applied some, we did insurance in a different piece, and then we did some what if sleep at night scenarios for this client. I'm going to, in closing here, just pop back over to the client portal and show you what happened and how we built and accommodated that plan. So what we've done is we've actually created an action list now for you and your clients to execute on. This action list can be marked as complete and there's notifications built in. So it goes to the client to help them feel that progress to plan over time, which we also track those data points and you can put into our client resources, which are a PDF and a digital story. We don't have a digital story here, but these are basically the plan outputs that you do for your clients. Our digital story is customizable. You can create pages of your own. You can embed content. I saw some pretty great marketing pieces in the last presentation. You can embed that kind of content in the digital story and have that go together and then work with your CRM system to provide that ongoing communication back out to your clients and create this really great experience that feels very personal to your client, helps to not only retain them, but help you capture more share of wallet at the client household. And not only that, but attract more referrals for customers that are like the customers that you're helping today. And we do that through the digital story. The PDF report, also configurable. Allison talked about it in the video today, how there's custom sections added. Some of our users have moved over from other planning platforms where they used to export to Word. We built that original platform. I won't name names here, but so they're used to having to do a lot of manual intervention to get a report that they felt really good to give to clients. But quite frankly, your clients aren't going to read, even a 10-page report these days is very long when we're operating in an environment of 140 character Twitter environments and taglines, and we're just being, accosted daily with information everywhere. It's like the faster you can get to what's in it for them and what's in it for me, the more impact you're going to have in your client's life. So the to-do list is a live list. It designates actions. So if you're responsible as the advisor, or if Bill or that Sue is responsible for what's next. And it could be simple things like save additional $325. Get the void check and start doing the pack monthly. And these can be marked as complete so that they get that notification and feedback loop coming in. And then lastly, the progress to plan So as the client's financial well-being is evolving, our system will track progress to the plan and continue to show the value of advice that you're providing to those clients and help you create more just value to what you're doing on a day-to-day basis. So with that, I will turn it back over to the Worldsource team. Thank you for having me.
It's fantastic. Thanks for stepping in, Stacie. I know it's always a challenge when someone throws in there almost the last minute. And for those who aren't familiar with Conquest and haven't seen a Conquest presentation, we have some that we've recorded that are on our Win Big site as well. We will continue to have Conquest presentations recorded and presented to you in the fall. There's some announcements coming up in terms of some product releases and things. So I just wanted to make sure that you knew and were aware that we have a sales presentation product that you can use with your clients after data gathering to present solutions to the problems that those clients have, obviously. Our next step is Stacie. And again, like I said, thanks for joining us.
Bye.